Hey guys, so today's video is part 2 on the rare and limited edition Dodge Chargers. Last video we covered 4 models from 2006 to 2011, and today we're looking at another 4 from 2012 to 2014. Each of these models was given a limited production run, usually only available for between 1 to 3 years, and each had their own cool features that were specific to that model that I'm going to cover in depth. So let's get into it. Last video we looked at the 2007 to 2009 Super Bee, and this one covers the most recent one that Dodge brought back, starting in 2012. This Super Bee debuted at the 2011 Los Angeles Auto Show, and this version of the Super Bee is essentially a budget muscle car, going back to the basics and leaving some luxury items behind, and it's a step below the SRT model, which is at the top. The MSRP of the Super Bee at the time was $43,450, which is around $4,300 less than the SRT. I could not find the exact production numbers for the Super Bee, and there are some different totals swirling around on forums and other websites, but it looks like for 2012 there were around 1,070 produced. 711 of these were in Stinger Yellow, and the remaining 359 were in Pitch Black. There were also limited quantities produced in 2013 and 2014, and some 2014 models were sold in 2015 as well, as shown in the chart on the screen. The Super Bee has its own unique touches to separate it from the regular SRT8. There's a new gloss black split crosshair honeycomb grille, and on the right side of that is a new SRT badge with a 3D emblem of the Super Bee. On the Stinger Yellow model, there are satin black stripes with a small tracer line around them that follow the contours of the hood. There's also a matte black spoiler with Super Bee graphics that extend past either side of it, and if you look closely it also reads "Powered by SRT" at the bottom. On the black model, the hood graphics are in charcoal gray, while the spoiler is matching body color. To show off which engine you have, there are the 392 Hemi badges that were first seen on the 2010 Challenger models with the 6.4 liter 392 V8 Hemi engine. Wheels are 20 by 9 inch 5-spoke cast aluminum with black painted pockets. Beneath the wheels are Brembo brakes with slotted and vented rotors, and 4-piston Brembo calipers painted in black. Looking on the inside, there are cloth performance seats with yellow and silver striping in both the front and the back. There's also silver accent stitching, and the Super Bee logo is embossed into the front headrests. Upon startup you will get the Super Bee logo in the instrument panel, and there's also a Charger Super Bee dash plaque on the passenger side. In 2013 the Super Bee was back with roughly 718 models, and another 409 for 2014, and in 2015 they sold the remaining 1,063 Super Bees that they had left. These were pretty much the exact same every year as the original, but there are many more colors offered, such as Hemi Orange, Plum Crazy, Bright White, Toured, and Header Orange. Production is very limited for these colors. For example, there was just 152 Plum Crazy and 48 Hemi Orange cars built in 2013. On to performance. Every Super Bee is powered by the 6.4 liter V8 that made 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque at the time. The car is rear-wheel drive, paired with a 5-speed automatic. 0 to 60 happens in only 4.1 seconds, and the quarter mile in 12.5 seconds. And top speed is 175 miles per hour. The Super Bee is an awesome collector's car that was produced in very limited quantities, but it was also a no-frills kind of muscle car. By that I mean that the car lacked a lot of luxury features that the SRT had. As I mentioned, it was almost $5,000 cheaper than an SRT, but you did have some options taken away. The leather seats were replaced with basic cloth, and the large screen with navigation mode inside was replaced with a tiny one and a minimal audio system. But customers probably didn't care because they still got their 392 Hemi and an awesome looking exterior. Last video we covered the first Daytona model from 2006 to 2009. There was a 4-year hiatus, but the Daytona RT returned for the 2013 model year, being first shown off at the 2012 Los Angeles International Auto Show. The Daytona is based on the RT model of course, but you could also get it with the Road and Track trim. An RT Daytona had an MSRP of $33,985, and the RT Road and Track Daytona started at $37,490. So this puts the Daytona price tag around $3,000 more than the regular RT counterparts, as you can see on screen. There were supposed to be 3,000 Daytonas produced in total, but the final production was actually 2,311. Most were in Daytona blue, but there was also some other color options, including pitch black, bright white, and billet silver. Like most of the Daytona models, the changes are mostly visual and to the exterior of the car. The front crosshair grille gets blacked out and has the Heritage RT badge in the lower corner. There's also satin black hood graphics, roof wrap, and Daytona black lettering along the rear quarter panels. The spoiler is blacked out too. The wheels are exclusive to the Daytona models. They are 20-inch 5-spoke polished aluminum with gloss black painted pockets. Inside there are more upgrades too. If you have a Daytona RT, you'll get cloth seating, while the road and track models get black Nappa leather with suede heated and ventilated seats. No matter which model you get, there will be the embroidered Daytona writing in the back of the front seats, and the seats will have Daytona blue stitching and piping along the sides of them. All Daytonas also get brushed aluminum trim on the center stack, console, and instrument cluster area. There's also flashy Mopar pedals, and the Daytona plaque on the passenger side with your unique serial number. The sound is upgraded too, with a 552-watt, 10-speaker Beats audio system. Daytonas also get some other nice features, like a Daytona blue engine cover, Performance 3.06 rear axle gear ratio, high-speed engine controller, paddle shifters on the steering wheel, a sport driving mode, and performance steering and suspension. Unfortunately, there were no performance add-ons to this Daytona. The engine is the same 5.7-liter V8 Hemi as the RT, with 370 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. I think that this Daytona offers a nice package and gives you some decent value to justify the price increase over the RT, and it gives buyers the chance to buy a car that would be more rare and hard to come by in the future. The only downside I see here is that it would have been nice for Dodge to add some extra power to these Daytona models, because it really is just a cosmetic package with a few improvements. Before we had cars such as the Scat Pack and SRT 392, there was the SRT8 392 appearance package. This was unveiled at the 2013 Spring Festival of LXs in California and was available on 2013 and 2014 models. Basically, this was a package that you could add on to your new Charger SRT8, costing $2,495 extra, bringing in the total cost for one of these up to an MSRP of $48,740. The 392 appearance package was a very limited version of the Dodge Charger SRT8, with only 392 of these built in 2013 and 2014 combined. The 392, of course, stands for the 392 cubic inch engine that was found in these SRT models. Visually, these 392s definitely stand out from regular SRTs. The power bulge area of the hood, roof, side mirrors, and rear spoiler are all painted in pitch black, and on both fenders you can find gloss black 392 Hemi badging. Running along the side of the car, from front fascia to rear fascia, is a satin black SRT lower body side stripe with an accent tracer just below it. The wheels are the same as the SRT8 ones, 20-inch split 5-spoke rims, but these ones are finished in black vapor chrome. 5 exterior colors were offered for this package: bright white, billet silver, plum crazy, Hemi orange, and Tourette. On the inside, nothing much has changed, but each of these cars does get their own unique dash plaque, which shows the production build, serial numbered out of 392. The 6.4-liter 392 under the hood didn't change at all, although it did get 392 engine covers. This is the identical engine as the Super Bee model I just talked about, and all the SRT models from 2011 to 2014. At this time, the output was 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. The transmission is a 5-speed auto with paddle shifters and auto stick, and all the performance numbers are basically identical to the aforementioned Super Bee. In my opinion, this 392 appearance package definitely flew under the radar. I've seen these cars in photos before, but I had no idea that they were that rare, since there are only 392 cars with this package, which is a really small amount. The package looks super cool for the price, and was another fun idea from Dodge to add something special to their lineup. The name of this car is pretty self-explanatory. It's a special edition to celebrate 100 years of Dodge. Way back in 1914, John and Horace Dodge created America's first mass-produced cars with an all-steel body and set a record for the most first-year automobiles produced at the time. 100 years of innovation later, we have the 2014 100th Anniversary Edition for the Dodge Charger and Challenger. The 100th Anniversary Editions are based on the SXT Plus and RT Plus trims, so you could get a V6 or V8 model. The additional costs for the 100th editions are just $2,200 more, no matter which model you choose. So this means that the SXT 100th edition starts at $34,490, while the RT costs $35,690. I dug around to find the production numbers and found that there were 2,373 RT editions made, but not sure about the SXT, probably something similar to that. A new exclusive color option, High Octane Red, was available for this year only on these models and was limited to just 1,490 Chargers, so that's technically the rare color here. So now let's get into what was added for the special edition. As usual with the packages, there was only a slight performance improvement, but there were tons of visual upgrades inside and out. So you had a choice of 8 colors of paint, including pitch black, bright white, billet silver, granite crystal, ivory, phantom black, and header orange. As I mentioned earlier, the limited edition color option was the red that you see on screen, technically called High Octane Red Pearl Coat Paint. And this was an all-new and exclusive option for these models only. All of these elements I'm about to talk about now will apply to both the SXT and RT 100th edition. There's a granite crystal crosshair grille and 20 by 8 inch polished thin 5-spoke aluminum wheels with granite crystal pockets. On those wheels are special 100 Dodge center caps. There's also an emblem on both the fenders that reads 100 Dodge, established 1914, which is a really nice touch. These models come with a rear spoiler that's painted in the body color, and if you get the RT, there's an RT Heritage Grille badge too. Inside there are tons more upgrades. You get the choice of Molten Red or Foundry Black Nappa leather sports seats with what Dodge calls a custom cloud overprint. This leather is also on the center console and the armrests, and all that leather features brass stitching. In the backs of both front seats, you can find circular die-cast Dodge Established 1914 badges and a similar logo on the floor mats. The steering wheel is 3-spoke, flat-bottomed, and has paddle shifters. Steering wheel accents are in liquid graphite, while center console bezels are in dark brushed graphite. 100th editions even get new black cluster gauges with white lettering and numbering. The 100 mph indication stands out in red print for this special model. The 100th anniversary logo also appears on the EVIC and touchscreen areas when starting the car. This logo is actually meant to symbolize the industrial nature of Detroit. There's also the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, along with a Beats by Dre system that includes a 552-watt amplifier and 10 speakers to help your tunes sound good. Dodge has thrown in 2 unique key fobs with the 100th anniversary logo on them, a special owner's kit, and a book that commemorates the 100 years of Dodge. Again, the one thing that remains mostly unchanged is performance. The SXT Plus edition had 300 horsepower, 264 pound-feet of torque, coming from the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. This engine was paired with an 8-speed automatic, getting up to 31 mpg on the highway. And this propelled the model from 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds and the quarter mile in around 14.7 seconds. The RT had the same 5.7-liter V8 that I've talked about a few times, with 370 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque, and 25 mpg on the highway. This was another great example of Dodge getting really creative and adding a lot of bang for your buck. From the high-octane red paint, to the seats, to the extra book, I'd say that this was a really appealing package for customers for just $2,200. So if you're still watching, you've made it to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I tried to give you as many details as possible on each of the models that I covered. Let me know which one was your favorite and if I missed anything. I might do a part 3, and if there's not enough content for that, then I will move on to the Challenger. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.